He is just loving the fact that I'm holding him right now. He's kneading my elbow so hard, he's actually breaking the skin.
Oh no.
Goodness.
Set
It's
him
like-
down, damn it! Set him down.
But he's enjoying himself too much, so.
Oh yeah.
So I just messaged Pat.
Bink. There's Senku Ishigami, basically my Dungeons and Dragons character.
That's your Uncle Thunder emoji, your Uncle Junkyard, and your Uncle 3/4.
Hi, kitty.
Hey, Kitty. Hi, Pat.
Hello.
Let's get this show on the road.
Hey, there he is.
Love getting delayed on my way back to the computer.
Oof.
Hey, don't worry about it. I only just got here too, so. Go figure. Go figure. It's always the DM who's late.
The DM is neither late nor early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Well, this time I was delayed by a downpour because I don't like getting wet. I am a cat.
Man of culture, I see.
I would say I could use a good storm, but then again, this is the 7th wettest summer so far. We're like 3 inches over normal for the season.
I've been pretty dry, but we might be seeing some tornadic weather here in a few
Hey, Pat,
days.
you in Florida?
No.
Joke's on you, we're actually well over normal.
I'm below normal. Been too dry here.
And it's like, 'cause I'm what, 3-4 hours from you, and you're below normal, and yet I'm like the 7th wettest on record.
Jeez.
Yeah. Though we Wednesday we're gonna get some pretty nasty weather.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, could be a tornado outbreak.
Thursday or Friday.
It's Wednesday, probably into Wednesday night, maybe Thursday.
What's the risk level?
Last I looked, there was an enhanced risk for tomorrow.
I think they need to move it more to the east. I think
If
they
they
have
move
it
anything-
far.
I haven't looked at everything, but I know I'm barely outside of the slight.
I think they need to like move the tornado risk a little further to the east and probably make it a little bit bigger. That's what my opinion is, based on what I saw with the models.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up, and of course I get logged out of Pivotal Weather.
So we could see some tornadoes.
There we go, that's better.
By the way, I had
We're
a
showing a slight risk for today. Or a slight risk for tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh, July 27th.
I had recently had a very massive supercell went by me in a small area of rotation. Went right over my house.
Ooh.
And day 2,
Dang.
convective outlook.
It wasn't
enhanced
like too
risk.
crazy, but he was like trying.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to get in on it, because it's going to be really late, so unless it somehow holds itself until 8 in the morning...
Right, because that's never happened before.
That's actually later than our normal stuff here. It's not abnormal to see them hold until midnight here.
Yeah.
The big historic one happened at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, sometimes the large ones like to come on at night, especially on their game.
But yeah, it's looking like it's not going to be all that good here for it.
I would just be happy with some good lightning.
Yes, I am happy just to see lightning.
I want to go Kentucky for that. Kentucky's got the best lightning, man. All right, man. It feels so weird going from my other campaign playing a what's it called? A half orc chaotic neutral paladin.
Oh my.
So Sen, if I didn't tell you about that, I'm playing a chaotic neutral paladin on a different campaign that I started doing with one of my buddies.
Is this the one that said where? Was this the impetus for the module sometimes suck?
No. that was I was reading through horror stories of D&D, and that was one of them. Like DM horror, like how derailed did your players make your campaign, you know? Or what was the worst derailing your players have ever done? And that was one of them. And he's like, and that's why modules sometimes suck if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I said sometimes. I love modules. They're super awesome if you know what you're doing. But anywho, so I'm playing a campaign, and it is a module campaign. I don't know what module it is, but it's a ton of fun playing a half-orc paladin that is chaotic neutral. You hear paladin, you don't think chaotic neutral with paladin.
No.
However, I know generally they're not chaotic neutral, but it is possible, especially with the conquest paladin.
Oh, you're a conquest paladin?
I am, and the lore behind my half orc is essentially, think of what was it's from Skyrim, Malakath, I think it is, the orcish god, or the orcish Daedric that created the orcs from Skyrim is basically, he loves watching people fight. And so my paladin worships him. Hence being a conquest paladin. So, you know, he does, you know, but he's powerful. He's mainly damage, not so much on healing and stuff like that. He has some healing, of course, like lay on hands, it comes with it. But it's hilarious because we get into a fight and he's super cocky, so we're facing this big creature. It's like a bugbear or something like that.
Okay.
That was what it's called. And that was the boss of this area. And there was just tons and tons of goblins. So my guy, being smart, goes, all right, I'll handle the big guy. You guys deal with all the little ones. And solos the final boss of the area. Nearly died, but he did it.
Paladins are bigger damage dealers than you would expect, especially seeing, because, like, I hold back a lot with Nestor.
Especially if you use the smites.
That's what I did, like 35 damage, and we're only level 3. I think we were level 2 at the time.
Did you
Like,
crit?
Yeah.
If you smite and then crit, it's going to be ugly.
Oh yeah, it was a smite crit, and we were one-hitting, or at least I was one-hitting almost anything he threw at me. And when it came to the boss, I would have two-hit him, except I rolled a nat 20 and then proceeded to roll 3 nat 1s in a row.
Oof.
Ouch.
I was so mad. After the third one, my DM said, okay, please just re-roll. I'm like, thank the Lord. Couldn't take any more nat 1s, man. I'm like, I hate that I'm honest when rolling dice, but I'm also honest, so... But this
Better
sucks.
that you're honest, but it sucks when you are.
Your DM is benevolent. I wouldn't have. I would have made you stick with that.
My DM's due to it, but he just felt bad that I got 3 nat 1s in a row. So I just kept dealing damage to myself.
Oh.
But it was a blast, though.
All right. So, when last we left off, it was a shopping spree, basically. You sold a bunch of stuff, made a lot of money, bought a bunch of stuff, and made a brief trip to the Stump Bubble Estate.
Well, one of us did.
Well, one of you did. Then you left Canis behind and rode south. It was a 4-day ride to the capital of the ALP, and the first 3 days were pleasant and uneventful.
Until a dragon showed up.
Indeed. On the 4th day, you noticed a cloud acting unusual. There was much overthinking, as this party is wont to do. Much over-strategizing, as this party is also wont to do.
We're sorry. We just like to be
No, it's not just you. It's not just you, Senku. Though I do say I do have to say I love how much I'm making you overthink everything. I've got you guys constantly scared and looking over your shoulder. Thinking and double thinking and triple thinking things.
Uh-huh.
But regardless, you ultimately spotted this cloud behaving strangely. You stopped to lure it closer, which it took the bait, and breathed lightning on you.
Especially on me.
Yes. So, Senku then fireballed Cloud to disperse it and reveal a blue dragon. A young one.
Nyxor's like, why does it have to be blue?
No, Nestor was like, why did it have to be blue?
Well, even Nyxor, like, well, in his mind, was like, why does it have to be blue? Like, you are my kin, why?
Because all blue dragons are evil.
Yeah.
Bar one.
Blue dragonborn are not true dragons.
Yeah.
True.
Um,
True.
But
I just like thinking I am. Go ahead.
you, with only a little bit of trouble, you dispatched the blue dragon, crested a hill, which the terrain here is gently rolling hills, and you have come and you crest it, and you see across the plains several outlying farmsteads and a large city with an enormous Hogwarts-style castle in the center.
Weren't there some guards that showed up?
You're nowhere near that close. You are still several miles away.
But hey, this time we have the rings of mind shielding.
You do with that. So, without much further ado, you arrive. There are no walls around this city. But you do find numerous guards, and something you notice immediately. Every single guard or member of law enforcement has either what you recognize to either be, a spell book, a spell focus, component pouch. Fundamentally, every single guard you see here is capable of some spell casting.
Cool.
And as you walk into town, you will also see large 3 or 4 wagon caravan riding past, and you get to one of the larger squares. Big stage being set up. Craftsmen are hammering wood planks together. Large stage. And big, like, posters everywhere, advertising a famous traveling minstrel by the name of Fade Coda.
Interesting.
And every one of you guys can make me an intelligence check.
Ooh.
Fun.
Obviously, I'll nat this because I've been traveling so long. I've probably seen him a time or two. Let's find out.
Yeah, I'll give you, given your history, can make that roll with advantage.
9.
13.
18. Actually,
this
hold
is
up.
gonna
What's my
take a bit.
intelligence level? That's an unnatural 20. It didn't matter if it was. It's funny. It didn't even matter if it was at advantage.
Give me a moment. Gotta switch the
Unnatural
dice up.
Yep, unnat 20.
I got a 13.
13's good.
Intelligence, right?
Yes, just straight up intelligence roll.
Let me know if I'm like crunching into the microphone. I don't.
Yeah, I'm eating granola here, so
Doesn't matter to me.
I'm
I've
just,
got
Wasn't-
Doritos right here in a Mountain
I'm just
Dew.
dipping.
wasn't I
Sorry, I'm-
proficient in intelligence? I can't remember.
You don't. This is just
There isn't proficiency. in
Oh,
Okay.
no. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it'd
need
be
it.
22.
Yep. Not
22.
a saving roll, so.
Every one of you guys have heard of this. Have heard of this guy. He is a famous traveling bard. That he's known for two things: putting on lavish and extravagant shows, and doing so free of charge. So he requests and appreciates donations, and he gets quite a few of them because of the performances he puts on.
Are just that freaking spectacular.
Yes.
Indeed.
Interesting.
And he has been known, everyone also knows this, like, he is not just, traveling minstrel, he is a bard, as in he has levels in the bard class. And he
Cool.
routinely relies on his spells to enhance the show.
It's like Dragon Force.
He's insane.
He's very famous. And even though he puts on shows for free, he's been known to make thousands of gold each performance.
Which is kind of an amazing feat in and of itself. When you're so awesome that you can put on shows for free and still get thousands upon thousands of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some insane tricks using insane amounts of spells. You guys
Yep.
will like him. Maybe we should stop here and watch or something.
He is
I
going
don't-
to be performing in 2 days for 3 days. So his first performance is in 2 days, and then he'll be doing a performance for the following 3 nights after that.
Did we come back? Make the DM
Don't
put
we
in some
have
extra
something
effort.
to do while we're here?
Who's to say the DM hasn't already put in that effort?
Fair. I mean, we just freaking climbed a mountain. Let's take a break. Take a load off.
You didn't just climb a mountain, you climbed a volcano.
That's even worse.
No breaks
And
for
we
you.
also beat a dragon.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
No
We
breaks
also
for
did progress.
You're adventurers. You don't get breaks.
I swear, one of these days I'll take an arrow to the knee and I'm retiring.
He was hyperventilating.
A couple people got what I was saying.
I
I'm
totally.
imagining the divine punishment mod from Skyrim.
Bonk.
No, I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee. Go.
Alright.
That'll be Pippin saying someday. Oh, I used to be an adventurer like you. What happened? We don't really talk about that much. All right, so you said we're entering a city, right?
Yes, big city. It's like 4 or 5 times the size of Decanus.
And this is the city we were traveling for?
Yes.
Yes.
This
Okay.
is the capital city of the ALP. It's just called. It's so like obvious. It doesn't actually have a name beyond the capital. And you also
Jeez.
know that castle is not a castle. It is a school of magic,
A school of magic, you say?
simply known as the Academy. This school actually teaches. This school even has the capacity to teach, everyone from proper wizards to eldritch knights and rangers.
Wonder if I could learn a thing or two from there.
They do. They have had several. They have had several warlocks.
What exactly are we here in this city for? I was kind of gone when you guys were talking about that.
Well, you're not actually in the city for anything, but the mountain directly west of the city.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
We're here for the crystal. It's not too far away.
I didn't know why we were traveling. I just wanted to go grab a magic missile wand.
Nestor wanted to come here.
No, Nestor
He
wanted
wanted to go
Valor.
to
Or
Belgium.
oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Valakos is a city to the south where the plains sort of give way to marshland, and it is another heavily magically oriented city. But its big claim to fame is that it has a library almost the size of this magic school, this academy.
With all kinds of fun books to learn.
It's also not far. It's also where Nestor's ancestor Korax was born. So, another thing you would have noticed as you were on your way into the city, at the eastern entrance, because there are numerous roads that go in, at the eastern entrance, big 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 fortress looking place. But as you get closer, you realize it is just as much a large temple to Hieronymus, the god of war and valor.
Hey, haven't we heard about this?
You have. One of Queen Mira's traveling companions, the paladin and former king of New Syre, Valen, commissioned it, along with his sister, the then archpriestess of the Haranian faith.
Wow.
And like as you're walking past, you see long lines of people that you can tell are injured, under the weather, sick, and this is as much a temple and fortress as it is a hospital.
Nice.
There are many, many clerics within.
Shall we? Is there going to be a show like right now, or
No, the first show will be for 2 days because it'll take that long to finish the stage.
what shall we do, guys?
Well,
I mean, isn't there something we have to do here in the capital?
Nestor looks around, shrugs, says, "I'm sure if we look hard enough, we can find something."
I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out a magic shop to see if I can't find another wand, but maybe look for some work. See if we can't find some bounties to take care of while we're waiting, or whatever.
Do I need to go to?
Nyaxor's got a point. I mean, it's not exactly as if we can, rest on our laurels here.
Yeah. Mountain might be there when we at a later time, but Raptor might not.
Yeah, I think it's best if we check out the mountain.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Of course, this does mean we'll probably need to be equipped for the journey.
Not saying we have to, go now. We can stock up. Just saying, as soon as we can get out.
Yeah,
Naxor's trying to keep it down low so he can hear.
You hear a voice. I'm sorry. Pippin. No, Pippin, you were about to say something?
It would just say, if you're about to say something, then what Pippin says might not even mean anything. So go ahead.
Well, you hear a male voice behind you that Pippin sounds vaguely familiar to you, and says, well, I'll be damned.
Huh?
Guess.
Oh.
And I'm guessing I'm rolling intelligence at advantage to find out who it is?
You're just rolling intelligence.
Gotcha. That's a nat 20.
Oh!
Okay, so just saying, I rolled 2 d20s ahead of time for at advantage, then asked, and then rolled again, and I had 2 nat 20s in a row. Gosh. Wait,
That's
nat
fair.
20.
So,
you know everything about this man.
Not everything.
No, he doesn't.
I just succeed.
You know where he was born. You know when he was born.
So you guys,
You know what
you guys turn around.
Sure.
See who it is.
Who is this man?
You see a half elf, very attractive, very attractive looking. He's got a rapier at his waist, piece bound. So he's got like leather. He's got like leather strapped and tied on it, so he can't draw it. He has on his other side, he has a flute. On his back, he has a guitar. And strapped to his front, he has a very strange looking instrument.
Hello.
Better not be an ocarina.
No.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
That's not very funny, Pippin.
So
He has this, hanging at his front.
what?
Ooh, a hurdy-gurdy.
A hurdy-gurdy.
Oh, hurdy-gurdy, yes.
An
I
already
want one of those-
know.
that is one of the next instruments I'm saving up for. Not gonna lie, but they're so expensive.
Actually, I freaking love them. You know, Sea of Thieves, right? I freaking love that instrument. Freaking love the music.
I'm just kind of like every time I look at the price, I'm like, oh, my heart. Anywho,
Oh, that is beautiful. I love the colorations. Oh my god, that is so beautiful.
It's a green painted hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah.
That's
That
what
thing
I
looks
sent
cool.
you a private IM, Pippin, for what you got for your intelligence check.
all right. It's like, we meet again.
He raises an eyebrow. It's like, I'm fairly certain we've never met.
Not really, but this is the guy that does all the magic stuff. I'm just gonna say that to the rest of the guys. Like, don't you recognize him?
I think I
He's
do.
like, I'm surprised. He looks at you guys, beaming, big smile. He puts his arms out. It's like, I'm surprised more people don't recognize you.
I sort of like smile humbly.
Thank you, Grains.
What? Recognize us?
We're heroes, remember?
Oh
would
yeah.
Nike sort of like nudge him like, you've been with us how long? And
He's kind of humble. I mean,
yeah, Nixor is too.
Nixor, we're heroes, dude. Totally humble.
He did it like to say, hey,
I understand.
that's
I'm
the
just messing
reason.
with you. It's like, oh yeah, forget about that.
I forget.
I forgot.
I mean, you aided in the defense of New Syri. You saved the entire population of Nessa, and word through the grapevine is you did Decanus a great service just a few days ago.
Yeah,
We
that
did, we
was
just
pretty tough.
came back from the mountain, and now we're here to scale another one.
Yeah.
He's like, really?
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
he actually
the view will be better from this mountain than it was on Decanus.
he flips out a book and says, tell me all about it.
So they're like explaining the stories of climbing up Decanus, killing the dragon, or not killing, sparing the dragonborn, defeating the giant thing, killing the phoenix, and finally
we didn't
using
do
bags
that.
of
That was
holding
the
to.
silver-
I know, but the silver dragon was with part of our group,
Yeah.
so he'd know that it was a silver dragon because we'd explain it.
You see him taking intricate notes.
Yeah, I guess I'll just explain it in detail.
And he
Yeah.
is like,
I feel like can I roll for like just roll for performance and see if people start noticing. Like really dramatic about it.
you can if you want.
I got a
Like
16. Wait, hold on. What's my performance? 21.
Okay. You are going through this lavish, dramatic story
Oh God.
from when you started, met up with the party, and you talk about, the undead onslaught at the walls of Nessa. You talk about how,
Oh boy, I'm going really far back.
yeah, you are.
I mean, I
You're
could
there for
do the first part of the story, help him out with that.
Yeah, we could.
I rolled a 20 for performance.
Okay, so between Nyaxor and Pippin, you tell everything, and you're
Oh.
going
God.
loud, boisterous, and dramatic. And
And Senku's just sitting here going, "Oh no."
We
Fade
could
is
leave out
Fade is
certain
taking
details.
intricate notes, intricate, detailed notes. And you guys are there for a solid 4 hours, regaling him of everything you've been through.
And he's like, "Holy shit!"
I've been through a lot, man. Yeah.
Yep, you have seen almost literally all of the shit.
Yeah.
Finally,
Pretty much.
you and then you talk to him about the blue dragon. And you come up to, meeting him. And he closes the book and says,
Thank amount of paper.
Bards will write songs about you for centuries.
Oh, heck.
And he bows and says, I would be honored to be the first.
We'll be honored as well, too.
Be honored to have you be the first.
Cool.
And excuse me for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
You have to go.
Well, he's going there. I might as well grab a drink.
And I might as well take care of business too.
Well, I guess I might as well be back.
Okay, there we go.